Tony, how good is it to get a trophy on your belt?
Trophies are always good. Yeah, it was a good series for us. It was a tough opponent over the two games. The rivalry, as you expect, and tonight I thought we played very well.
So the first game, first half in particular, you weren't happy at all. Did you see improvements this time?
Yeah, I think they were clear. It wasn't that I wasn't happy with certain aspects with the ball. They pressed us very well, and we didn't handle that. We just kept going back to the keeper, and today you could see that we're a lot more confident to bounce the ball into midfield, find those pockets between the lines, and that obviously enabled us to get up the park a lot easier and create more opportunities.
And you brought in all those substitutes from last time. They started this time. What did you see in their performance?
Yeah, I thought all the players that came. I mean, we made 6 changes, so I thought all the players that started. I thought Maxi in midfield and Aidan O'Neill were very good. We didn't really have any control in the first half the other night, but they did very well in midfield. I thought Connor Metcalf was excellent. As a player that's had very limited minutes in Germany, but he backed up a second game and just shows you how resilient he is, and he's a good footballer. So I'm hoping he can get more minutes. And and then we had the spark of the two boys up front that did very well.
How is Mo feeling?
I haven't spoken to him as yet. I just saw him briefly on the field after the game, but yeah, I'm sure he's delighted and very unlucky not to get a hat-trick, because I thought that was a really good move from the team, good combination play, good little 1-2, and it's a shame that didn't go in, but overall I'm sure he'd be delighted with that performance.
And how does this sit as preparation for the World Cup? Do you see this as a preparation, as a potential?
Well, every game's preparation for us. And I'm sure New Zealand, Darren would agree, you have limited time together, that every time you get your squad together, you're trying to do something. You're either trying to blood new players, or you're trying to work on your system with or without the ball. You're trying to do something that ultimately gets you ready for June. So we feel we're on a journey, and it was nice to see that we improved with the ball, particularly away from home, under pressure, crowd. I thought having more days together in camp showed a real improvement in training for us in the last couple of days, and it transferred to the game, which is pleasing for the whole coaching staff.
So on the same note, how much are you preparing for each window at this stage? So are you already looking at what you might do in the next window and the following one, the whole year ahead?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we had a plan in terms of why we brought in a lot of the young players now in this window, and just to see where they're at. They've all had limited game time because they've all started their seasons just recently in Europe. And then, in October we got 2 tough games away, Canada, Montreal, and the US in Denver. So fantastic games in terms of preparation and playing 2 host nations of the World Cup. And, we'll assess these games, review them, and have a plan for what other players we could maybe bring in to have a look at in those pressure environments away from home.
Have you had a chance to look at Ness's free kick back? Any replays?
No, I looked up on the screen because I couldn't believe that he hit it that well. Amazing free kick. We've seen it at Watford, what he's done, and the confidence to do that. And that's second half as well, where he did so much work off the ball, so under fatigue. Shame it didn't go in, but I'm actually happier he scored in general play as opposed to the free kick, to be honest.
What about that combo that's brewing between him and Mo Toure? Because they played their football together in Adelaide. They're great mates. Have you seen them get together at training and they work off each other and growing in confidence?
Yeah, we have limited sessions, of course, but we learn things about the players off the field as well, and I didn't realise how close they were away from football. That helps them, obviously. But I thought the front three, I don't want to leave out Connor out of that picture, because he more than played his part in the way those three combined, to score goals, obviously, and create the chances they did.
Tony, on this bit of a clamour
no major thought process. We've got 25 players. We've got many boys looking to make their debut. We have to respect all the players. So it's not just one player. But look, he's got to keep working, and he's had a taste of the Socceroos now in camp, and he has to go back to his club and work like all the other players, and keep performing well, and we'll see it for the next camp.
Just across the two matches, Tony, do you feel, if you look, say, past decade, do you feel like the gap is closing between Australia and New Zealand? Do you feel like the world's catching up?
I've never thought of the gap being big. Just personally, you're asking me personally, I've never thought of the gap being big because there are more things at play than just the game or the way you play. There's a rivalry which exists, and it should be that way. You can feel the aggression, the tension. I think it should remain. That's normal. So with that in mind, it's always tough. The first game was tough for us at home. New Zealand came out and pressed extremely well, so credit to them, and we got a win. And then this game, still a very difficult match, but we took our moments very well at crucial times in the game, and then that opened the game up a bit, and then gave us even more space to hurt them in transition, where we could have got a few more goals. But gaps bigger or smaller, I don't think about that. I just think about two tough games, two tough wins. I wish them well in the World Cup, and I know that they'll be tough against anyone, and I hope we're the same. I hope they see us the same as being a tough opponent for whoever may come up against us.
So the A-League players weren't in contention for this window. The next window is still before the A-League starts. What are we going to see? What are we going to see in the A-League players coming into this?
We'll have to have a think about that. Obviously we could have selected. Of course, we could have selected the A-League players, but that was a choice we made. It gave us a chance to select these young boys that, we had 4 or 5 boys that moved from the A-League in the off-season, so now they've become players that are no longer in the A-League. So their pre-season was a lot more intense. They played a lot of pre-season games, so they're obviously ahead physically. And we'll see. We've got some teams that are in the Champions League, so maybe they'll be a little bit ahead of the other sides, and we'll assess it and decide in a few weeks.
You just have a few words about the defence of the goalkeeper.
Paul made his debut the other night, and he was obviously fantastic and made some crucial saves, in particular the first half. And he continued on today, where I thought he just looked like, I mentioned it the other night, a person that looks like he belongs. He didn't look nervous, and Max Ballard makes his first start, and I thought he was excellent in midfield. Good combination between him and Aiden. And then you got the 2 young boys and Ali as captain, which obviously great responsibility for him. But I thought over 2 games, our defence was solid, and as a team we defended well.
Tony Davis confirmed.
It's really good guys to take off the airport.
Yes. Oh, they will, not yet, but I think in the next half an hour they're leaving, I think, the boys. We've got 6 or 7 that will go to the airport and head back. We try and get them back as soon as they can to give them more time to recover and prepare for their weekend's games.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you.